Hello, KonnectzIT family. Hope you all can see me. Just give me a high five. So just give me a eye. So if you can see me and if you can hear me clear and loud. So just send me chat as I or where you all guys from. So which place. So if you can hear me clear and loud. So just message me where you all guys from. Steven says from Perth, West Australia. Hi, Steven. So hope you guys can hear me clear. Randall says North Carolina. Hi, Randall. Okay, so let me share my screen. Give me a high five so if you guys can see my screen. Going good, Steven. Okay, so you can hear me clear and loud. I can see that. So also you can give me a high five so if you guys can see my screen. So right now we are in login screen of KonnectzIT. Just send me okay or thumbs up so you guys can see the screen. Okay, yeah. So you guys can see the screen. So now I'll start from signing up to KonnectzIT. You have to click on sign up. Once you click on sign up, so you have to enter the email ID. So once you provide the email ID, make sure you verify you are not a robot and click on continue. So this will going to send you a confirmation link to your email. So you guys have to click on the link and confirm your account before login to KonnectzIT. Make sure you confirm your account. So if you are not able to confirm your account, you cannot able to log into KonnectzIT. So you can reach out to our support if you are not gotten any support confirmation link. And also you can check the other folders like spam or any other folder for confirmation link. So once you confirm your account, you will be able to log into KonnectzIT. So I'll show you how to log in. So just make sure you enter your email address. And click on login. So this will redirect you to a dashboard. So where you get all the insights of your data, basically the analytical information of your data. It shows the total number of connects, which means that workflow, we call it as connects. So you could able to see the total number of connects and the total number of active connects and also the inactive connects on your account. And you can able to see the latest apps which our team is been added every week. We'll be adding a new app inside KonnectzIT, so you can able to see the apps which are being added, latest apps. And also you have a button where you can straight away jump on to create or build your workflow. And also you can able to see the latest workflow, that is latest connects which you built on your account. And then the task consumption, so total number of tasks consumed on that particular month and the task available on that particular month. So it will going to show over here. And also you have an upgrade now button. So this will going to upgrade your account for your, you can actually upgrade from basic plan to the next plan. You can choose the plan accordingly. And then the chat icon, so basically it will redirect you for a live chat option where our team will be available to answer all your questions. So you can able to start the conversation immediately from our website or from our app itself. And also the help center, so basically this will be our document where you can able to see all the documents available for KonnectzIT. So there are multiple articles which has been written on different topics. So you can able to see those topics over here. So you can choose the get started. So there will be certain articles which has been written by our team. And also there is an YouTube channel from our KonnectzIT, so where we will be adding multiple different type of use cases every week. So you could go and please do subscribe for our YouTube channel. So there where we'll be adding in couple of tutorials every week, so you on different use case you can able to follow those use cases inside KonnectzIT. And also we have an like the academy part. Basically that is our courses listed on resources tab inside KonnectzIT. So where you can go here and get started with KonnectzIT based on the courses. So you can choose the course which is free at this moment. So please go ahead and register for the course, so you can able to access all the course information inside KonnectzIT. So this is all about our documentation. And also you can able to see the different type of roadmap inside KonnectzIT. So where basically you will be able to see, give the feedback and add your favorite apps if even if the apps are missing. So our team has direct access over here, and we will be taking those apps and adding into our apps library. And you can see the roadmap over here, so which are the apps in progress and also the pending apps and the completed apps, and the change log which gives the complete information about our team or the development team which has been adding, or what are the changes we made inside KonnectzIT. You could be able to see all those things inside the change log option. So this is all about documentation inside KonnectzIT. So now let's move on to the next tabs. So this is about help documentation. So any questions guys, so please do make sure you ask us on Q&A session or chat session. I'll be happy to answer all your question at the end of this webinar. So now let's jump on to the apps tab. So this is where you will be able to see the complete list of apps which has been added inside KonnectzIT. So we have 600 plus apps at this moment listed or integrated inside KonnectzIT. So you could able to see all those apps. There are two types of apps. Basically, one is authorized now apps, which you have to authorize these apps. So before creating a workflow, I'll show you different types of authorization, how you can do that. And also the second type of apps is on webbook apps. So these are the apps which is being listed over here. So basically webbook apps are the apps where you have to do these things. So manually you have to place the webbook inside the app, inside that app based on the instructions provided over here. Each app has a different set of instructions. You have to follow those instructions and place a webbook manually. For this is the one-time process, guys. So and capture the initial response. So this you have to do it manually. Whereas for authorized app, you don't need to do that. So we will be doing it from the backend. So basically, this is the two types of apps, that is authorized apps and the webbook apps. I'll show you both type of use cases to build out to build a workflow in this webinar. And so before actually jump on to building a workflow, I'll show you how to authorize this app for authorization process. So there are two types of authorization. First type is API key or auth token based authorization, where you have to click on the app which you are to authorize. So right now I'm clicking on Calendly and just click on add account. So this will ask you for an API or an auth token. So basically a token, so which you will be getting it from the respective app. So you just need to copy the token and or an API key and place it over here and click on yes and continue to authorize this app. So which is very simple. And then the second type of authorization is an OAuth based authorization, where when you click on app like Facebook lead ad, and you have to click on, so basically you can manage multiple accounts here. So there is no limit on the accounts. So basically for each app you can manage multiple accounts like your client apps and all. So like this you can see I have 5 accounts connected over here. So there is no limit on number of accounts which is being connected for each apps. So basically OAuth based authorization is when you click on add account, so this will redirect you to foreign the respective destination app where you have to provide KonnectzIT an access or an permission to access your account. So this is OAuth based authorization. So once you give an access to this particular app, so that app will be authorized completely inside KonnectzIT. So these are the two types of authorization. Just click on continue. So this will going to authorize the app inside KonnectzIT. Hope you got to know the authorization process. the two types of authorization process. So if you have any doubts, please do let me know in the Q&A or chat session based on the authorization. So once you authorize these apps, so now let's build a workflow. I will show you two types of use cases. One is for this authorized app and the other one is the webbook app. So let's build the use case by clicking on Create Connect. So when you click on Create Connect, it will redirect you to the complete canvas of KonnectzIT. So this is where all the magic happens. So this is where you can, drag and drop and connect between the apps. I'll show you how to actually build a workflow. First use case I'm going to take is Facebook lead ads to Google Sheet. So basically what I'm doing here is, so whenever there is a new leads on Facebook lead ad, I'm going to take that particular lead and create a new row inside Google Sheet. So this is my first use case. Both these apps are authorized apps. I already authorized Facebook lead ads and Google Sheet before creating a workflow. So now what I need to do is just search for app that is Facebook lead ad. So that is my initial trigger. So when I search for the app, just drag and drop the app and select between the different type of account as I told. So you could able to select between multiple accounts. So you have an option to choose that and select the trigger. So basically we have one trigger, that is new lead. So whenever there is a new lead on my lead ad form, so I'm going to take that as my example. So I'm getting the data from Facebook lead ads. So once you select all the option, just hit on test and review. So this will going to confirm that you will be able to, your app is connected successfully inside KonnectzIT, and it will be able to fetch the data from KonnectzIT. So hit on test and review. So this will give an option called this plus icon. So when you click on that, it will give you the attributes, that is the custom attributes on the respective form. Basically, each form has a different set of attributes. So for some of them are taking email and just the phone number, or some of them will be taking name and like email ID. So based on that your form, so it will going to fetch the result. So right now in this option, I am having 4 options. You can see onboarding call, email, full name, and the phone number. All things will be fetched from Facebook lead ads, and I just need only these 3 options. So I just selected this and click on OK. So the same thing will be available over here. You can see that email, full name, and the phone number. So I can see a couple of questions, guys. Definitely I'll going to answer at the end of this session. So now what I'm going to do is I'll be searching for Google Sheet. So just drag and drop Google Sheet over here and select between multiple account and select the action. So basically KonnectzIT support all this action. You can see you can create a spreadsheet, create worksheet, delete row, update spreadsheet row, create a column, create a new row, or look up for a spreadsheet. So for this use case, I'm going to take an example action as create spreadsheet row and select my spreadsheet. So basically I'm going to select this particular sheet. So where whatever this is present, that is in my first row, that is name, email, and phone number. So that will be available inside KonnectzIT, where I can pull the data for. If I add one more column, so that will definitely gonna present over here. Whatever it will be in the first row, it will going to select that particular values. So now we have name, email, and phone number. So same thing will be available. So when I select that particular sheet, so I select my sheet and it asks me for name, email, and phone number as per the sheet first row. So just now it is very simple. Connect between the nodes as like an old school. So just match the following. So just connect between the nodes. That's it, guys. So once you've done that, so just hit on test and review. It will going to add a new row inside your Google Sheet. So now we will go to Google Sheet. You can see that a new row will be added automatically inside Google Sheet. Boom, that's it. So now we actually connected Facebook lead ad to Google Sheet, and now just click on publish. So our connects will be published successfully. So any new lead ad, like from now onwards, so those who actually post a new lead, fill the form inside Facebook lead ad, automatically the record will be added inside Google Sheet. So now let's test this connect, how it actually works. I'm going to use this Facebook webbook add lead add testing tool. So basically just for test purpose I'm just using this one. So you can use choose between different you can actually use that. So I'm just going to choose this testing tool. To fill the form on my lead ad testing. So let's choose the form and just enter the details. So this time I'm gonna use this particular John.doe and then just choose John Doe and any random phone number. So just click on next and click on submit. Yes, we just submitted the form. So now let's go to our Google Sheet. Yes, guys. So you can see automatically a new row will be created inside Google Sheet. So that's it. So hope you like this integration. So any questions on this particular integration, so do drop me on Q&A session or chat session. So just easy peasy, guys, just drag and drop the app and connect between the nodes. Hope you like the tutorial. And now let's jump on to other use case, that is the webbook apps. So we finished now the authorized apps. So in this particular example I'm going to take, so I'm just clicking on create connect. In this example, I'll be taking Zoho form, which is an webbook enabled app. So I'm going to take that particular example. Then what I do, so basically this is my form, which looks like this. So basically, it asks for student ID and email address. So I fetch the student ID and email address. I'll get the data from this particular form and fetch a result from Google Sheet. So by doing a lookup, so what I do in using Google Sheet is I'm just doing a lookup. So I'm just using Google Sheet as a CRM. So my Google Sheet look like this. So basically, I have the student ID column, and in that I have all the subject, scores. Basically, you can see I just fetch all these scores used on based on the student ID, and also I have a grand total as well. So basically what I do, I take a student ID from Zoho form and then fetch a result from the Google Sheet. So that is what I am doing, and then generate an personalized mark sheet using NextView, a tool called NextView that looks like this. So you can see, so I go to NextView. So basically, like I am just fetching the result and generating a mark sheet. It's an image which looks like this. So this is sheet with this particular variables, that is username and the marks scores based on the subject line. So which is very simple thing. So now let's use NextView and then send an email using Gmail and also post it using Facebook community. So this is what I will be showing you an example for. So let's do that, basically, which is a bigger one. So let's do that. This is multiple connects. So let drag and drop Zoho form as our trigger. So basically it is an webbook enabled app. So we have to do select your trigger, copy the webbook URL, and based on the instructions over here, so you have to log into app and paste your webbook, configure your webbook. Basically, I know the instruction. Basically, you have to follow this instruction step by step. So this will be different for each app particularly. So now I will go to Zoho form. So based on the instructions, so once you go to the forms, and then so on your form, so click on settings. So once you click on settings, there will be a tab called integrations. You have to click on integration and then webhooks. So this will go for a webhook and then place your webhook URL. That's it, which is copied from KonnectzIT. You have to place it over here. That's it. This is a one-time process and click on save. So this will going to save the complete webhook configurations over here in Zoho Forms. Now go to KonnectzIT and click on capture response. This will enable KonnectzIT to capture the response posted on that particular webhook. So now let's go to Zoho Form and fill our form. This is the test response. This is one-time process. You have to do it for the webhook apps based on the instructions. So what I do is I just capture the response manually. So I submitted my response. So now let's go to KonnectzIT and wait for the response to appear over here. This is a one-time process. You have to repeat this step for all the webhook apps whenever you are setting up an webhook app based on the instructions. So we will receive the yes, we received the values. You can see that is we have a student ID and the email address from Zoho form. Now, as per our use case, I will look up on Google Sheet and fetch the values, basically the score, examination score results of a student using the student ID. So let me choose my account. Again, I have to follow the same step. So basically from now onwards, it is same. So what I'm doing here is, so you can see I will be changing my action. So in the earlier use case, I just used creating a new row. In this particular use case, I'm just using an action called Lookup Spreadsheet. So it asks me for again to choose which spreadsheet I have to look for and also the particular sheet. So I will be having this particular sheet and then the header, because we have multiple headers over there. So which header we have to choose. So right now I'm just searching from student ID. I just choose student ID and just connect between the nodes. That's it. So I just connect a student ID to the value. When I hit on test and review, basically it fetches the value from Google Sheet. So you can see that. So it actually fetched the value from Google Sheet, which will be available in this plus icon. See 104, that is 104 is this one. So basically this fetches the name field and all these fields inside Google Sheet on KonnectzIT. So just all will be available over here in the plus attribute, and you can use the same thing for your further automation. Basically, build your automation. So once you select all those, all things will be available over here. Hope you like how to fetch the value from Google Sheet. So now as per our use case, what I'm doing is I'm just generating an mark sheet, basically an image, creating an mark sheet, a record, basically PDF or an image, just to give a personalized experience from this app called KonnectzView. Basically, I will be choosing the template which I created. So it asks me for all these values, that is which I got it from Google Sheets. So just connect between the nodes. That's it. Nothing else I'm doing. I'm just connecting between the nodes. Just drag and drop and connect between the nodes. Hope you guys are enjoying the tutorial. I'm not making you guys sleep. Just hit on test and review. So once you hit, so you will get a result that is an image link over here on this plus icon. Just click on OK, which will be available over here. So now we are done with our lookup and we are done with our generation of our mark sheet. Now we have to send an email. So before send an email, I will be using an KonnectzIT inbuilt tool called text formatter, which is a magical tool. So basically just using here to create and build an image like email body or like any customized options text you want to have it in your own format. You can do that using text formatters. All these internal apps are used to modify the records basically. So right now I'm just using text formatter to modify my record. So what I'm going to do is just connect between the nodes. What I do here is I'm just selecting the value, that is the name of the user, and also the mark sheet which I got it from next view. And then using text formatter, so I can build and connect, so basically merge the record like this. When I click on @ symbol, it will give me the option of the nodes which I connected between the apps, previous apps. So you can see when you use @ it will give you option. You can choose like this, I @name, and then say here is your result, and then click on @ it will give you option, then select that image. So this is the reason we use text formatter for. Basically that whole thing will be explained in later part by my colleague. So what I'm going to do is I'm just selecting this option. So I just go, I already prepared a content, basically HTML content, to save the time on my webinar. So basically I'm just giving it in a preferred format. That's it. What I did was, so I just used here the name and also the image link. So basically I'm displaying that inside image. So I'm using HTML. So yes, text formatter do support HTML as well. So now I use this and click on validate. So basically once I did that, my record will be validated successfully. So I think we have some issues over here. Let me remove that. Just click on validate. Yes, so we have that validated inside text formatter. Let me go to Gmail. Now I'm using Gmail to send an email. Basically, you can use multiple other apps, like even you can send a WhatsApp message as well, or else you can send a Telegram message. So we do have all that app supported, and also you can send through SMTPs and Zoho email. So multiple apps. So I'm just showing you using Gmail. So just choose the content type of HTML. If you are sending an HTML content, yes, I'm sending an HTML content here. So I choose HTML content, and also the two email ID which I received from my form, I'm connecting between that particular node, and then just say KonnectzIT exam results. So just a customized subject line. I had given it as KonnectzIT exam result, and then email ID which we got it from my form, and then I'm using the subject line, that is HTML content, which we done it using text formatter, and now it on test and review. So basically this will send an email to this particular email ID. So using the generated image from next view. So let's go ahead and check how it looks. So you can see that it has a subject line which we defined inside our Gmail app, and also you can see that it gives a customized email, that is and it do mention the name of the user which we got it from Google Sheet, and then it also give me the result which we generated from next view, and then send an like email like this. So this is how you can do that. You can send an email using KonnectzIT. Basically you can send greeting cards or multiple things. Whenever there is a sale happen, you can send a personalized greeting card to the users. So like this, multiple things you can do it from like this use cases. So now what I do is I'm just going to take Facebook group and posting my image inside the community. So this I'm gonna do is just select my account. So just for the demo purpose, I'm just choosing as post a message, and choose the group where I want to post it for. So select my community, and then choose the image URL. So just connect the image URL and then just say congratulations for your result. So basically, type a generalized message, or even you can, use text formatter again to configure that message. So just I use congrats for your result. Now I hit on test and review. Basically, this will post a message inside my community. So you can do that. So just for this particular use case, I'm just showing this example. So now once we did that, yes, we are posted in the community successfully. So now I'll go to Facebook group and refresh my page. Yes, you can see this, guys. So it says congrats for your result, and it says it is posting just now and from KonnectzIT, and also it posted the result link. So this is how you can do that. So now what I do is I'll just go ahead and publish my connect. So just publish the connect. My connects is published successfully. So whoever goes and fill the form over here, they will receive an email, and also the record will be posted inside our Facebook community group. So what I need to do is now I will just share the link, public shareable link with you guys. So, and I want you guys to take this exercise. So just go to this form and fill the details, basically student ID. So just use this student ID, any ID from 101 to 115. So basically you get any one result on your email. Just provide your email, use the ID as 101 to 115 on the link which I shared in the chat. So you will be able to receive an email like this. So then we can confirm our Konnectz is working fine and successful. Hope you guys do this exercise. And yes, so now we want to explain about the KonnectZIT inbuilt apps. So basically I had shown an example of text formatter which definitely give an modified result of your data, and also it gives a feature of where to add a robotic features to KonnectZIT. So I want my colleague Sangeeta to take from here, and she will be explaining about the inbuilt apps or internal apps about KonnectZIT. So later I will just continue from here. So Sangeeta, over to you.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Rakesh. I think you can see the screen. All of you, just let me know if you can.
And yeah, Sangeeta, screen is visible.
Yeah, okay, awesome. So hello everyone, we'll be talking about the add-on applications here. The add-on applications are basically the internal applications which are present inside KonnectZIT to help you to process, merge, or format any kind of information that you get from your triggers, and you want to post them onto your actions. So we'll be talking about them individually, which will help you to understand a little more about these applications. So I have a Connect here already. I'll be explaining about them. As you can see, I have 4 add-on applications here, which is coupon generator, the condition, date formatter, and the number formatter. So before talking about these applications, I'll just make sure that we needn't have to worry much about the trigger and the action here. Like in our case, we have the Zoho and the Google Sheet. Our entire focus should be here onto the add-on applications that we have. So right now, since my trigger is Zoho form, I'll just fill a particular form to show you how exactly the output of this particular Connect looks. So this is how we have Zoho. And I have created my own form here. So you can basically create your forms by going here. I've created one already. So I'll be filling this particular application form right now. In this department, I'll be explaining when I'm talking about the Connect. So as of now, please remember that I've put it as administration here. So I'm going to submit the form now, and I've submitted the form. So this is where we are supposed to get the output of it in the Google Sheets. So till we get the output, let's get started with each application here. So the first application that we have here is called coupon generator. As the name only suggests, it is basically to generate a specified length and a customized coupon according to our wish here. So we have a action which is performing, which is generate coupon here. The timeline will help you to set up the expiry date. You can specify any number with dates, weeks, months, or years here. We have got 4 options here to process our expiry date. The next thing that we have to mention here is the prefix, which is the starting few words, letters of your coupon. So for my convenience, I've given it as first name. You can possibly give it as last name also. The next thing that we have here is the coupon length. The coupon length will help you to set a customized length of your coupon here. So I've specified as 20. So I'll be getting 20. The length of my coupon will be 20 here. Once you're done specifying all of this, we have to click on generate, and the coupon will be generated inside the additional attributes here. So this is the coupon and this is the expiry date that we have to choose and pull the information outside the coupon generator. So right now, I'll just choose it here like these. And we have to click on OK, and this is how we'll be getting it. So that's we have for the coupon generator. The next application that we have here is called condition. So condition is basically just like our programming language loops, like if and else. What happens is if the particular condition is satisfied, I'm going to get the output of these onto the Google Sheets. That is my action here. So what exactly I'm performing here is in my Zoho form, I had a field which is called department. So if a particular person is belonging to the administration department, I'm supposed to get the details of that particular person onto the Google Sheets. So I'll just show you. When I was filling the form here, I had so many options. So if I choose something called administration and put the user's details here, I'm supposed to get the details of that person onto the Google Sheet. So how exactly that works? If we go inside the condition app here, we have 2 parameters to map or equate it to each other. That is the condition 1. I have given it as department here, which I got it from a Zoho form. And the second thing that we have to keep in mind here is we are going to map this particular dimension, that is the department, to what. So I have entered administration here and pressed enter. So I have equated these 2, and in between you can use various number of parameters like lesser than, greater than, is existing. So we can perform many functions with condition app here, like because we have lot of functions here. So that's how exactly the condition app works. The next applications that we have here is the date and the number formatter. What happens sometimes is we get a particular format of information from our trigger, which we do not really want to publish onto our actions here. So maybe I want the format to be in something else and not exactly like how I'm getting it from my trigger. So these are the applications that will come into picture. That is the date formatter and the number formatter. So we'll start with the date formatter here. As you can see, I have the date in a particular format here, which is 21st of March, 2022. Maybe I want something like the month first, then the date, and then the year. So for that, I will use a date formatter, which is present inside KonnectzIT. So here I've got the option to format the date and also add or subtract information or the date which I get from here. So right now I've done format. Then you have to choose a specified format that you have here. Like we have so many options. You can choose just one. I have chosen here the entire month name and then the date and then the year here. Next thing that we have to choose is the time zone that we belong to. And the last thing that we have to do is just map the required fields and click on validate. Also, the other application that we have inside this is called add or subtract time. Here also we need to specify the format. So I'll just choose this particular format as this is the field where we need to mention. For instance, I want to add 2 days to 21st of March. So for that, I will be mentioning plus 2 days here, and I'll be mapping the field and clicking on validate. So that's how exactly the date formatter works here. The next thing that we have here is the number formatter. Number formatter, I have got the phone number from my Zoho form here, which has entered, and I've mapped the field here. Similarly, in the number formatter also have 4 functions to perform, which is called format the phone number, then format the currency, format number, and also you can perform any kind of mathematical operations inside the number formatter. So for this, we have to mention a specified format again, which for what exactly the format that we are looking for our phone number to be in. So once we specify that, we have to choose the country we belong to and map the required fields and just click on validate. So that's how exactly these applications work. That is the condition, the coupon generator, the date formatter, and the number formatter. So we'll just go and check how exactly the output looks. So that's how I had just entered this person's email ID and the personal details here with the phone number that I wanted, the particular phone number to be in this particular format, and the date as well. And the person belonged to the administration department. That's why we had got the details of this person with the coupon generated, which is a prefix of the first name and the expiry date here. So that's how wonderfully these applications work. And you can process any kind of information that you get from your triggers and you want to post them on your actions. So the next thing that we are going to talk about here is the text formatter and the text splitter. These two applications are quite opposite to each other. So we'll be taking up both of them in one particular Connect. So here also we have the Zoho form, which is our trigger, and Trello, which is a project management tool, is going to work as an action here. So before I talk about text formatter a little in detail, it'll be better if I can just fill a form to show you at the end how exactly it works. So this is another form that I have created for text formatter. I'll be filling it with the same details here. And the feedback about the program, I'll be explaining when I'm explaining the Connect there. So right now I'll just submit the form. So yes, I've submitted. So Trello is where I'm going to get the output here. So till we get the output, I'll explain you what exactly a text formatter does here. As Rakesh has already explained a little about it, what exactly a text formatter does is you can consider it as a box wherein you can put any kind of information. As you can see, I have mapped so many fields here, and it's just going to have one output out of it. So you can dump a lot of information into it to just get one node out of it so that you can publish them onto your actions. So that is something which is one of the functions of text formatter, which is called merge text here. The other function that we have got here is case sensitive. So maybe everything here I have onto my trigger is in the uppercase and I want it to be the lowercase or vice versa. So that is when we use the other function, which is called case sensitive. So once you're done mapping the fields, what you have to do is you have to mention @ and just the required fields that we have, they'll automatically appear. So that's all we have for the text formatter here. The another application that I was talking about here is text splitter. So I'll just drag and drop it from the applications here. So this application is quite opposite of the function which text formatter performs. So here we are going to choose an action as split text. So we have the option to segment the index here. So here we have option as first, second, last, second to last, and also all. So what it does is it's going to pick up the amount of information which you mentioned here. So right now I'm just giving it as all here just to demonstrate it. So this is the feedback which I had entered using my Zoho form when I was initially capturing the response in my Zoho form. So I'm going to map the field here as text, and the separator here is very, very important. Why exactly? Because I can give a separator as a space or a keyword here to fetch the information and split it. So to again explain, I'm just going to give a space here. So what exactly the space is going to work like is we have the entire sentence here. So with the text splitter, we are going to fetch each word separately and we are going to pull out them. So I'm just going to generate, click on generate here. So in the additional attributes down, I'm going to get the results as you can see. Every word of the sentence is split and I can further use them onto the actions that I want to perform. So that's how exactly we have for the text splitter. Also, another separator as a keyword, I'll show you how exactly that works. So for that, I'll have to just take up the email ID. So what exactly I'm going to do here is I'm going to fetch the domain from this. So the keyword is going to be @ here. So as a separator, I will just give @ and click on generate. So if we go back here in the additional attributes, we are going to get the name of the person and the domain. So you can split the text using a space or a keyword here. That's what I wanted to explain about it here. So we can utilize this kind of information to perform any other actions that we want to do on. So that's what we have for the text formatter and the text splitter here. So before I jump on to the generic webhook and API module, let's go and check the output of text formatter here. So as you can see, we have got the output. The entire information was clubbed up into one ticket or one card in Trello. As you can see, the name, email ID, and the phone number. So now what we are going to do is we are going to create a connect. And in this particular connect, I'll be explaining about the generic webhook. And we are going to take up the API module also in this particular connect. We're going to work on them from the scratch. So why exactly do we need this application, which is called generic webhook? When we have webhooks and other applications, why do we need it? So we need this because what happens at time is the particular application will take time in integration. So that time, what you can do is you can use webhook as an option to pull out the information from your application. So just now for consideration, we can just imagine that Zoho form is not integrated inside KonnectzIT. So how exactly we are going to pull out information from Zoho form? So I'll just show you how you can do that using a generic webhook and not exactly the Zoho form application. So here I have copied this particular URL, which I've got from this generic webhook. I'll be going to the specified form here. I've created one already. So this is how you can create and customize by dropping any kind of information that you want from these fields here. Then later you have to go to the integration section. Then here at the webhook. And we are going to place it right here. Parallelly, I will click on capture response also. So once I've placed the URL, I'm just going to click on save. And have successfully saved the webhook here. Now I'm going to access the form. And I will fill it with some details here. So I am going to submit the form, and I've submitted the form here successfully. So right now, what exactly is going to happen is without using the Zoho form, I'm going to capture the information that I had just entered into the form of this particular form, which I had from the Zoho. So till we get, I'll drag and place the API module also. Okay, so it takes a few seconds, but we have got, as you can see, I have got the first name, the email ID, the last name, and also the phone number. So that's how exactly you can use a generic webhook for million another applications, like few of them still not integrated into KonnectzIT and you still want to use them on your Connect. So you can use a generic webhook here. So next we are going to talk about is the API module. API module also, we have got 4 functions here as get, post, put, and delete. So I'll be explaining about post here. As the name only says, what we are going to do here is we are going to post this particular information that I've got from the webhook to another application, which is again not integrated into KonnectzIT, if you can imagine, which will be SendPulse in my case here. So I have already created one event here already, as you can see, KonnectzIT demo, which helps me to get this URL, the post URL, which I'm going to copy, and I'm going to paste it right here. And we have to set the params here. So for the parameters, I'll show you where exactly we get the parameters. So if you go to SendPulse here and click on your event, so these are the params that we have to mention there. That is the email, first name, last name, and first name and phone number here. So I'll just mention them here. So setting parameters is extremely important because that will help us to map the fields later on. So I'm going to click on OK now. And now is the most simplest thing that we have to do is just map the information that we have here. That is first the first name, then we are going to map the email ID, then last name to the last name. And finally, I've got the phone number also here. So now I'm going to click on test and review, which will help me to send the data to an API, which is, as you can see, I've sent the data successfully. So if we go here to the event and then to the logs, we'll be able to see that the particular information has been posted with the first name and the other information that we have got here. So that's how exactly the post function in the API works. Another function that I'll be talking about here is the get function that we have in API. Again, what exactly we are going to do is we are going to fetch a particular information from a website without using it, of course, with the endpoint URL here. So here to demonstrate this, I have taken another application which is called HubSpot. So as you can see, I have a particular information like the first name and the full name basically. I've got Stephen George here, then the email, the phone number, and other details of this person here. So I'm going to pull out this particular contact into KonnectzIT here without using HubSpot. But I'm going to use the HubSpot API docs here. You can easily get them once you Google them, and you have to place the desired API key, which you get from your HubSpot, and process this URL. So I'm going to copy this URL, which will be my endpoint URL for the API module. And I'm going to place them here. And now it's just that I have to click on test and review. I needn't have to set the params here because I'm doing a get function here. So in the results, if we check, so this is the email ID. This is the first name that we have got and the last name and the created dates modified. We have other information. So I'm going to basically pull out these. And as you can see, I've got the person's credentials and the contact basically from the HubSpot without using that application. So that's how exactly the API module, we have got the functions and the generic webhook works. If you have got any kind of doubts regarding the add-on applications, please ask us in the Q&A section. We'll be happy to answer them. Thank you.
Thank you, Sunita. Hope you all guys like that internal apps and also about our webbook and API module. So if you guys have any questions on this particular modules, so do drop us on Q&A session and also the chat. We'll be happy to answer that. So definitely the inbuilt apps will be able to help you to make your use case robust. And also about the webbook module and also the API module, you can connect multiple like 1,000+ applications using these modules. If the apps are supportive, like if they are supportive webbook apps, even if the apps are not integrated inside KonnectzIT, you still can be able to connect to using the webbook module and API module. So any questions to let us know. So now let's jump on to the next tab, that is Konnectz. So we are in the Konnectz tab. So we have this particular folders, so where you can create a new folder. Those who like to keep their workflow organized, so they can use this particular folder feature, where when you select the apps use cases which we created, and you can move that to the respective folders. So using this folder options, so else you will be able to see all your connects in the home folder. So basically you can move from different folder to different other folders as well, and you can even delete or edit the folder basically. So you can edit or delete the folder, you can rename the folder, and once you click on the home folder, you will be able to see all the workflows which you built inside KonnectzIT. You can build from small workflows to complex workflows like this. So where you can use WooCommerce and different multiple applications to build the complex workflows. So this is all about the use case and the Konnectz tab. So now let's jump on to the history tab. So this is where you will be able to see the success and the error messages which your workflows has been created. So you can see that there are two use cases which you are seeing. So one use case is Facebook lead ads to Google Sheet, and the other one is Zoho Forms to the Facebook group. So basically, the first use case, so which actually consumes only one task. So you can see, so basically the result is like, we are not counting the first initial app. So that is our, Facebook lead ad. So we are not counting that as our trigger as our task. So we only count the next app, that is Google Sheet. So whenever there is a new lead on my first example, that is Facebook lead ad to Google Sheet, it only consumes one simple task. So for this particular examples which we are shown, so similar to Zapier, so we are not counting our triggers, so we only count our actions. So now let's jump on to the second use case. So basically you can see that in this second use case, so you will be able to see it consumes that the 5 tasks. So I will explain why it actually consumes 5 different tasks. So based on this example, so in this example, so as I said, like we are not counting the trigger, that is Zoho Forms here. So we are not counting that as task. So similar to Zapier, we are not counting that, but we do count our internal apps. So I will show one first task will be the Google Sheet, and the second task will be the next view where we generated an marks, customized mark sheet. And the third task is the text formatter. As I told, we actually count the inbuilt tabs, so which actually give rooms for us to give and robust features to our users. So that is the reason we are counting similar to Zapier. And the fourth task is Gmail, and the fifth one is the Facebook group. So whenever there is a new lead, somebody search for their results on this particular second example which I showed, so it will going to consume 5 tasks for each run. So this is the difference between the task and the, like the number of tasks you will be getting counted. So let me know if you have any doubt on how we can actually count the task. So now let's jump on to the accounts tab. So this is where you can actually update all your profile inside KonnectzIT, and you have an option to choose from different language. So there is an option to choose from English, Spanish, or Chinese, or any other languages. So basically KonnectzIT support multilingual. So you could able to select from different languages. So even if your language is not present, please do request us. So we will be happy to add your language over to KonnectzIT, and you could able to access KonnectzIT in your own language. And all the rest of the other option is filling basically your profile. So you all can update over here in this account tab. And then comes the change password. So this is where you can update your password, so which has been pretty straightforward. So next, now we'll jump on to the billing tab. So this is where you will be enter the coupon code or the license code which we received from any marketplace like AppSumo, and just click on apply code. So this will going to apply uh, code inside KonnectzIT. So this will be shown here. So basically it will give you an expiry date if it is an LTD or an one-time code. So you will be able to see LTD as an expiry date, and if there is an expiry date, it will going to mention over here. And also the plans and features which you or current plan belongs to, which will be available over here. You can see that. And also the details about your plan, which plan you belongs to. Right now I'm in current plan, that is agency, and the number of tasks which is available for month, and also the sub account, the plan details basically. And you can able to upgrade or downgrade for different plans over here. So now let's jump on to the agency tab. So this is where we can manage the sub account. So where I can actually add a sub account like this and assign the number of tasks, so which will be reduced from my total number of tasks. When I click on add, so this particular account will be created inside KonnectzIT, that is sub account. Basically I can manage my sub account. You can see there is a 5,000 task which is being assigned to this particular account. So now we can able to update the task. So I'll just update it to 10,000. So this will going to deduct from my total number of tasks over here, which will be added to this particular sub account. You can soft delete this account by clicking on deactivate, and I can completely delete the account by clicking on delete. So this is how you can manage your sub accounts inside agency. Similarly, you have to do the same thing for the team tab as well. So hope this is all about KonnectzIT and the complete insights of our app. Hope you guys like this, and now we are open for all your questions. We will be happy to answer. I can see a couple of questions which has already been listed here. So I'll definitely going to answer all your questions. So yes, guys, so post all your questions and hope you like and your insights for KonnectzIT have been changed after this onboarding webinar. So if you like us, so I already shared a link for Captura where you guys can go ahead and write us a review. Definitely you'll be getting a reward of $10. So just throw us your honest opinion or what you felt so after this onboarding webinar and what you actually feel about KonnectzIT. Yeah, now we are open for your questions, guys. Please to go ahead and post your questions in Q&A tab or chat session. We'll be happy to answer. I can see couple. So let me start reading that. So Victor asks, why Monday is not in authorized sections, is only in webbook section. So basically, it's all depend on the respective app. So they actually provide us only the Monday as an webbook app. So they are providing webbook app. So we just added that as an webbook app. If they are providing an authorization access, so definitely we will be happy to add that as an authorized app. It's all depend on the respective app. So we added the app as like that. So now let's jump on to the other questions. So Bonito asks, I'm having trouble with Akumba mail. So I tried several combination. Let's talk about this one. I have created an Akumba mail webbook successfully. Okay. So although I am having a terrible time creating second, sometimes it waits for hours. Successfully connected an Akumba mail webbook to create a new row in Google Sheet. Next, I want to send information from Google Sheet to create a new subscriber in different Akumba mail list. Every time I do this, it does not work. So Bonita, what I just suggest is you just go ahead and do an art refresh. So for some reason we have some issues on our text formatter. So like we were pushing some updates. So definitely you could able to do it. I think there is no problem with the use case you mentioned. So just receive an user from Akumba mail, that is the webbook initially, and then later you will be posting the data into Google Sheet, and after that you will create a new subscriber inside Akumba mail. Definitely you could do that. I'll be happy to assist to jump on one-on call. So if you could not able to do it, so just let me know. So I'll be happy to jump on a call and show you this use case. I don't see any problem in this particular use case. So I think you can actually achieve that. So Monitor says I have another automation that I'm having trouble with. I connected a Google Sheet new row split text successfully. Next, I created an update, add a new subscriber on Akumba mail. This was successful. Okay, so it never worked since testing. This happened with several Akumba mail automation. So I think so. Let us have a call on that particular account. I don't see any difference here. So definitely you will be able to connect that successfully. So yes, guys, any questions you guys can post. So Bonita says, thank you. I would appreciate that. Cheers, cheers. So any questions? So do post us, guys. I'll be happy to answer your questions. How can I connect with you to fix this? So you can actually go ahead and connect, reach our support. So and ask for a scheduled call. So definitely we'll take an one-to-one call. Sangeeta will be able to assist you on that. So any other questions, guys? Thank you, Monica. So I don't see any other questions. So yes, Stephen asks, do you have any knowledge when posting to Google My Business Facebook pages will roll out? Yes, Stephen, our team is on it. I actually, so Facebook pages and Google My Business definitely required some scopes to be get approved from like that particular account. So we are actually applied for that scopes. Once we got an approval from the respective team, so definitely we will roll out. We are eager to roll out Facebook pages. I think it is under development. So possibly right now I don't have any ETA to give you. So definitely we'll be rolling out soon. We'll keep you posted on our community. So we have been very active on our community, guys. So just follow us on Facebook groups, or you can always check us at our sessions. Steven says, all good. That sounds like a lot of exciting and winning. Yeah, Steven. So we are excited too. So recently we roll out LinkedIn and Twitter and couple of other apps as well. So once we got an complete approval, definitely we are happy to do that. So any other questions, guys? I don't see any other questions. So definitely I'll be happy to answer. Just post your questions. I have got another one. I think someone is doing a tutorial. Steven, so definitely we have two things. So one is our academy. So you can go ahead and register for our free courses on our site. So where inside KonnectzIT, so that way you will be able to access our basic tutorial. And every day, like every week, so we'll be rolling out couple of tutorials on every week. So you could definitely follow that, and me and Sangeeta will be happy to show you different types of use cases. So any use cases, I'll be happy to, if you have any requests, so do let us know. We'll be happy to take that use case and do a video tutorial for you. So yes, guys, I think you liked our session. So any comments or any suggestions, definitely you let us know. And we have an exciting news that you can go ahead and review and claim your rewards. So I had already shared a link in the chat session. So please do that, guys. So post your honest review on Captura and spread some love to the world. Any other questions, guys? Or else we already passed 6 minutes 10. So yeah, we'll be wrapping up this session. So thank you all. Thank you all for making this session. So any questions, please do reach out to our support. We have a live chat option inside our website and an app. And also you could reach to support@KonnectzIT.com. So we are always there to happy to answer your questions. And we've been very active on our Facebook community. Please do join us and, post your questions over there as well. So thank you all, guys. Thank you for making it to our webinar. Have a great week.